I spent years living all the way in the box, afraid to step out, afraid to truly grab hold of my dream. And now I am breaking through, and I invite you to join me.
Your breakthrough starts now. Coming up on today's show, get ready to be inspired and transformed with our featured guests. Find out what's trending and get advice on life's daily challenges with Erica's top tips of the day. All of this and so much more coming up, so stay tuned. This is your one-stop shop for inspiration. The Erica Latrice Show. And now, here's your host, Erica.
Hello and welcome. Cue the round of applause. I'm so excited today, you all. I have my coffee. I have some very special guests, and we are going to have a good time. So I invite you to stick around for the Be Inspired Cafe. Coming up today, I have a powerhouse who has shared her story and how health changed and saved her life just by owning her health. And another person's health is wealth when it comes to plugging the leaks in your business. So if you've been wondering, how do you step out in business? How do you get your message in the hands of the right people? You definitely want to stick around. Then I have my top tip of the day. So if you're wondering how you can start soaring, I have something very special for you. And finally, I want you to join the conversation. If you're on live, you have an opportunity to win a giveaway. So stick around. This is all some good stuff for you. And it is time for our top tip of the day when we come back. For you to soar, if you're ready to step out, I'm telling you, you can transform your life in 21 days by taking the 21-day Focus Fast, and you can get that at thefocusfast.com. All right, it's time for our top tips of the day. And today's top tip for you is to do one thing. A lot of times when we have goals, we have visions, we have dreams, and we think, let me just do 700 things. I'm going to lose weight this week. I'm going to get my house organized. I'm actually going to buy a new house while I'm organizing the current one. But today I challenge you, and if you share it with me live, you can be on screen just by joining the conversation. What's that one thing that you're going to do today? What's that one big thing that you can take action on today? And it's so funny because I was talking to one of my guests and she said the exact same thing today. So I was like, you know what? That's some serious confirmation. So coming up today, I also will be highlighting a reel in the streets. If you've seen an inspiring story, if you've watched a video that just made you say, oh my God, that's the sweetest thing ever, I want you to share that with me. Tag me, put it in the comments. But as I said, my challenge for you today, if you're watching, is to write that one thing. What's one action that you can take that will get you one step further, one step closer to where you desire to be in life? Because it's not enough to have this long to-do list. I challenge you to create a success list. And success starts with one thing. So as I said, coming up, I have some powerhouses in the Be Inspired Cafe today, and we're going to be talking about overcoming. We're talking about how it's so important to just capture that one step. But before we get into that, one of the highlights that I'm doing in my rewind is that of Neo, and it's just a quick clip that I want to share with you. I'm throwing it back to some of my previous interviews, so I just want to share this with you. And it was Neo's results when he decided to take that one step towards his health. And just doing that one little thing, because it's in the small things. It's in the simple steps that big breakthroughs happen. So let's take a look at this.
So a friend of mine told me that you could reverse the effects of tendonitis and a few other things with a plant-based diet. Now, mind you, I'm from the South of Arkansas, so me and Pork been friends a long time. Me and Bacon, that Bacon is my homie. But he told me with the diet that you can change it.
Listen, it's so good. So he talked about that, and I'll put the full clip. You can check it out at Erica Empowers on YouTube if you haven't subscribed to me yet. I don't know why you haven't. But today I just wanted to talk about those one things, and our special guest that's going to be in the cafe. She helps with health and wellness. And Neo just shared where he just started it and it turned into a year of a vegan lifestyle and all the benefits from it. And I have people ask me certain questions too about that. Like, oh, well, how long have you been doing it? And what I found is that sometimes when we set out to do something just for a few days or a few hours, if you stick with it, you're not going to put these habits down. You're not. It's like, it's one of those things that the more you do it, the more exciting it becomes. When you start getting results, it just becomes an amazing experience. So I invite you to join the conversation. Have you done something and in doing it, the results were so good that you couldn't stop? You couldn't put it down. You had to keep going. And that's what I'm talking about today. And speaking of that, I'm going to take a quick break to tell you about my book, Finish, so that you can start finishing things as we get ready to bring one of our powerhouses into the cafe. All right, it's time for the Be Inspired Cafe. And our first guest coming up, she is a founder of Royal Recreation. She has done so many incredible things just in getting her message out, helping women to find a sisterhood and have accountability in the middle of adversity, in the middle of a trying time, in the middle of a time where a lot of people are feeling like it's time to give up, but instead she's been taking over. So welcome with me into the Be Inspired Cafe. If you're watching live, throw me some clap emojis. Be Powerhouse, Echo Royal. Echo, how are you?
I'm good, Erica. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I want to start the conversation just by talking a bit about your story. You have a very, very powerful message of overcoming, of defying the odds, of owning and taking back your health. So can you tell us just a little bit about your story and how you got started with what you do now with Royal Recreation?
To make it quick, because it is a very long story, my mother was a fitness instructor through the late 70s and 80s, and my father was a Marine who was very into the healthy lifestyle before it was a healthy lifestyle. So all through my years of addiction and rebellion and all the things that a lot of people go through, I always knew in the back of my mind, it needs to be health and fitness. So every time I came to a crossroads, that's where I reverted back to. I had that foundation in fitness and health, and I always reverted back to that.
I love it. So a lot of times what I believe too is that we have a glimpse. When I think about it, I'm sitting here talking and y'all probably, I don't know if you think I'm just like doing this for fun. I used to force people into a talk show when I was a kid, and I forgot about this. I would interview friends, family. I would use my parents' camera, and I was like filming a show. So I love how things like show up. What would you say to that person that they're they're in that phase, like they've received these little glimpses of what's possible for them, but maybe they're right in the middle of adversity, right in the middle of mistakes and messing things up? What would you say to them?
I would say keep going. Find the accountability of someone like-minded, but is a couple of steps ahead of where you want to be or where you are now. Find that person, connect with them, and then start writing down what it is you want to do. When you write things down, they become real. They become, the ability to actually carry them out becomes more real. So write them down and share them. When you speak those things that are not as though they are, guess what happens? They start to materialize.
That is the absolute truth. So I'm excited. Today's giveaway, we will be sponsoring another pass into Royal Studio. So if you're watching, yes, now would be a time to start commenting, start sharing, start getting the message out so that you can qualify for this pass. So when we come back, Echo is actually going to talk a little bit about form and what we're talking about today, that one thing that you can start doing to start getting your message out. So we will be right back.
If you're watching this, so are your potential clients. I'm excited to announce an all-new season of The Erica Latrice Show. It's coming up right now, and we're looking for featured guests as well as sponsors. If you want to be a success supporter of this show, connect with our team right now by emailing info@ericalatrice.com to get more information or just support the mission of Be Inspired, to empower and inspire people all around the world with a message of hope and encouragement. Our mission is to bring you uplifting news and talk to encourage and share a platform for those who have a powerful message and looking for a place to share it. If you want to partner with the Erica Latrice Show, you can do so by emailing info@ericalatrice.com or visit ericalatrice.com/sponsor so that you can be a success supporter of this inspirational movement.
All right. So, as promised, Echo is going to share with you how to start. Like, what's that one? If you've been wondering, I've been sitting on the couch the entire quarantine. I'm on my 8th meal of the day right now. How can I get moving? You have a whole move formula. So, what's one thing that someone could start off with today if they are ready to start getting fit?
My biggest thing is just movement. Any type of movement will do. Just go for a walk. I highly recommend starting with 5 minutes of something. Go for a walk. If you are someone who watches TV, and we don't have commercials on our TV, but we used to have commercials. So if you watch TV that has commercials, I encourage you and challenge you that every time a commercial comes on, get up, walk around the couch, go outside, walk around the house one time. Just do some easy movement that doesn't have to be, boot camp style jumping jacks and burpees and lunges. Just move. If you're just standing behind the couch and just knee lifts, something, just raise the arms. Raising the arms will get your cardiovascular system working and get your heart rate up. But I challenge you to start with 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes you're like, I'm done, then stop. But if you're like, oh, wow, I'm starting to feel good, I'm going to keep going.
That is so good. I love it. So speaking of keep going, for those that want to get connected with you, Echo, they want to keep going. They want to get a pass at Echo. She has a whole virtual studio. So there's no excuse right now. If you're trying to get a workout, you can join her virtually. How can they get connected with you?
You can connect with the virtual studio through www.echoroyalfitness.com. You can reach out to me on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Echo Royal. Message me, and let's identify that one thing you can start doing today to transform your life.
Yes, that is the word of the day. That one thing. Echo, I want to say thank you so much for taking time out to be on the show. We may bring her back up to give the giveaway away. Up next, we have our Real in the Streets. And I'm telling you all, it is real in the streets. This message that I'm going to share with you all, it's so good because it's the epitome of just doing that one thing and how it will really make room for you. So the first
Education and the exam administration. I told you the subject.
I love it. I love it because it is the epitome of doing the one thing. And a lot of people have seen Tabari. He's been going viral. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link again so that you can watch it uninterrupted with the Facebook demons trying to stop the broadcast. But he did such an amazing job of doing what you can with what you have. And he's been showing up, and it's just the epitome of how your gift will make room for you, how taking that one action can open the door for so many more things to come. So up next in the Be Inspired Cafe, I have an absolute trailblazing powerhouse. She has written a book. Hopefully she has it with her. And she's written multiple books. She helps you to discover the leaks in your business. And if you aren't ready to pivot when challenges come, case in point, if you're not ready to make changes when things don't happen the way that you expected, then I encourage you to lean a little closer to your screen and welcome with me into the Be Inspired Cafe, none other than LaTanya.
What happened? What I did? I don't know what happened. Hi, can you hear me? It's not right. Something's not right. Why? I don't know what's going on with my screen. I don't know, but hey guys. Hi, I don't know what happened, but my name is LaTanya, and thank you, Erica, for allowing me to be a part of this amazing show. I'm not sure what's going on with my screen here. But Erica, you're just going to have to direct me. But yes, like Erica said, I wrote this amazing, phenomenal book. It's called Your Startup Business Success Guide, because just a little quick short story how I came about this book. It was because I was frustrated. I was angry. I was mad because I did not like the way my life was going. And so what I did was I sat down and I wrote it. I wrote it in a day, because when you have people constantly telling you, well, you're not going to do this, and this is all you can be, I told myself, no, I want more out of life, and I want to give people the opportunity that I didn't have to go forth in their journey when it comes to business. So this success guide really helped me as a entrepreneur. And I made my own quote. It says, believe in yourself so others will believe in you too. So I think that's a powerful quote. Powerful quote.
I love it. I thank you for rolling on. It just keeps, I don't know what's going on. Shout out to my internet sponsor that's messing up some good stuff right now. But Latanya, one of the things that you talked about that I think is so good. Yeah, sorry. It keeps for some reason like to be so transparent. Shout out to Suddenlink who keeps
Yes,
cutting off. It just like snatches me off. But one of the things that you talked about is this, like being resilient. When we make a decision that we're going to do something, we're going to step out. It's like think it not strange when certain
hmm
things will come. I've heard so many people say they had events planned and things
hmm
planned, and then it got shut
hmm
down with the current crisis. So you talk about building the right foundation so that in the face of a crisis, you can still pivot. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
And it's so amazing because we think that like this crisis, this COVID-19, that it has to stop our life, but which it doesn't. It has to flourish our life. That means you have to find that creativity that's so deep down inside of you saying, that's been like, okay, I got to come out, I got to come out, I got to come out. And when you finally sit down and say, wait a minute, okay, I may got laid off my job, or I just, they have cut back my hours. What can I do to help my family continue to thrive in this? Well, it's like when God wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you keep putting it off, that's something that you have to do. You have something deep inside that you can help somebody. You are solving somebody's problem. And you may not think you can, but you can, because that was me. That was me. It was like he kept waking me up over and over. Tanya, you got to do this. You can help people. I have planted inside of you, and this book is just the start of that journey for people that want to start a business and entrepreneurs that don't know how to get started or know where to get started. And this is the why I wrote the book.
Yeah, so we're going to come back in a second. And we're going to go a bit deeper behind Latanya's story because you are the queen. Like, no one wants to be the queen of this, but you have overcome some significant adversity. So, we're going to talk about that, even the adversity we had to overcome just to share the story, just to share the story today, but onward and upward. So, we'll be right back with more of Latanya's story. Get ready for all new episodes of the Erica Latrice Show. You can join me weekdays at 2 o'clock Eastern across social media at Erica Empowers. That's Erica spelled like America. If you have a message that you want to share on the show, email us right now at info@ericalatrice.com or visit online at ericalatrice.com/be on the show. If you're watching live, this would be a good time to comment. I need you to comment some prayer hands so we can finish this live stream. But this will be a good time to comment for the giveaway. I'll be bringing Echo Royal back up. Thank you to everyone that's on live. I'm seeing like the praying and everything. I'm going to shout one person out. So we're going to keep going. So Latanya, your story chokes me up every time I hear it. You have taken adversity, and I always talk about like stepping stones and stepping on them. Tell us some of the things, or if there was ever a moment where you really wanted to just throw in the towel, and how did you keep going?
I think one of the major things was in my life that was when I first lost my baby brother, and then I lost my daughter. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do. I didn't have anyone in my life to say, Tanya, it's going to be okay. Tanya, you're going to get through this, because that was a time where I thought God was angry with me. If I didn't do enough, or if I didn't care enough, or if I didn't pray enough, if I didn't say the right things. And that was a time in my life also where my daughter she ran off. And all of this happening, it's like, where do you go? My mother, my mother was a single parent raising 7 children. And she, I saw my mother just work to survive. But deep down for me, I needed somebody to walk me through that journey. And it was like, where do I go? And only place I could go is on my knees to pray and ask God to send me or to guide me into the direction. And so it's so phenomenal because this one lady, she came and like lifted me up and out of this deep hole, or if you want to call it depression, or yes, I thought about killing myself because I thought I didn't do anything right. And
Yes.
and that was the really deepest moment in my life that I have ever experienced.
So this is what I want to share right now. As our show is coming to a close, so make sure that you're commenting if you are on live for this giveaway. Latanya, what's that one action that you would encourage our audience to take? Because today's theme is that one thing, not 50. For those of you out there with that journal full of to-dos that you haven't done. But what's that one step that you would tell someone to take today, and how can they get connected with you?
I would say that one thing is move. I don't care what it is. Move on what you need to give birth to you. And you can reach me at e3cfirm.com. And you can message me because I'm on Facebook at Latanya Turner, as well as Executive 3 Consulting Firm. But the one thing that people need to do today, not tomorrow, is move on what's inside of you and what you have to give birth. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what the naysayers say. Move, take action, take the leap, jump off the ledge into what your destiny is.
I love it. If y'all didn't catch that, we have all said move. So I'm going to share with you my final thoughts of the day. I want to say thank you so much, Echo and Latanya, for being up here today. And I really want to just share this with you all because I feel like this has been the epitome of what I'm going to share. That one thing, when obstacles come, you have to be ready to pivot. You have to be ready to keep going. And when they come, it's not a license. It's not a sign for you to quit, because I should have just turned this off and left on today. But I'm committed to seeing women around the world inspired, men around the world inspired, and creating an opportunity for them to be inspired. So congratulations to Sherry, who just typed move, our winner of the Royal Studio Pass. We will get you connected with Echo, Sherry, so that you can take part in her program. It pays to be live. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to today's show, for doing the one thing called staying committed, even through the glitches. I'm sending you all a virtual hug. I thank you for watching. As I always tell you, go out and make today amazing, because it is absolutely a choice. And if you haven't tagged the Trailblazer, if you haven't shared it, right now is the time to do it. You can stay connected with me across social media at Erica Empowers. And again, thank you all so much for just watching today's show and being a part of this movement.
For more inspiration, visit us online at ericalatrice.com.